What's up everyone, it's FlareZ, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips for making a trap account. And my number one suggestion for you guys is don't start off with a bunch of infirmaries. I recommend having as many manors as possible. And what I ended up doing is 3 barracks because I found it was cheaper to have 3 barracks than adding 2 more manors, just because as you buy like higher speeds, I guess, they get cheaper. So you can see the 30-day is cheaper than buying 30 days worth of 24 hours because that'd be a lot more. So I found out that was cheaper for me. Probably will be for you guys, but you can experiment if you want. Basically, just have as many manors as you can because that'll help you maximize how many troops you can produce with your speed ups and your gems. And next, work on your heroes. So Bomb Goblin is a good free to play. He gives army attack, as Rose Knight does also, 20% at gold. And Rose Knight also gives cavalry max HP, so she's a little bit better than Bomb Goblin. And okay, so I'm ranged heavy, so I chose Snow Queen and Tracker. Snow Queen's a little bit better than Tracker if you didn't know, because she gives max HP instead of defense. They both give army attack. Not army attack, ranged attack. The only difference is defense for Tracker and HP for Snow Queen. But let's just say you want a cavalry hero. Child of Light is also a good option because he gives cavalry attack and HP. Infantry, Demon Slayer is a good option, but basically just experiment with these heroes, find out what works and what doesn't for what you're trying to build up, and work off of that. My next suggestion is Watchtower to 25. Now, this is extremely important in my opinion for a trap because it reduces the enemy invading troops attack. And how I interpret this is if the enemy has 300% infantry attack, that'll reduce the infantry attack by like a whole 30%. And for all the stats also, 10%. So that's just a big difference in my opinion. It doesn't cost much, so I just recommend if you're thinking about being a trap, make sure you get your Watchtower to 25. My next suggestion, spend all your guild coins on jewel chest because they help your trap a lot. These jewels can make a bigger difference than your gear sometimes if you have really good jewels. So just work on those. Use all your guild coins on jewels that you can spare. And next, have as little might as you can. So what I mean by this is you don't even have to have these, so you can like destroy these and it gets rid of some might. And also don't do useless researches. So economy, don't really bother with any of these production researches or weight training unless you have some need for that. I did a little bit of construction speed just to make things go a little bit quicker when I was starting up. Defense, you really don't need to do any of that either. I did a little bit just to finish hell events, but I regret it now. Military, yeah, you need to do this. This is an important part of your trap. I've already done an overview of this, so. And monster, I went to 3, you don't have to do that. And the rest, you don't even need to bother with those. But yeah, so just try to not do as many useless things as possible. So let's just say you don't have a need for leading rallies. You don't even need to build this yet. So yeah, things like that. It doesn't make a big difference sometimes, but it adds up. If you have a bunch of useless research might, it can make the difference between someone wanting to solo you and not soloing you. So, and next, okay. I recommend always doing cargo ship trades, especially if they offer speed ups. Because 8 hour speed ups times 4, that's 32 hours of speed ups that I just got for free essentially. This will help you build your trap a lot faster than you would be able to without it. So whenever you see speed ups in there, just trade in resources for them. Resources are I don't like value them in terms of this, but I always just like whenever I see a trade, I always do it no matter what because it always, in my opinion, benefits me because it always gives you more than what you pay except for food. But when you buy food for like ore, it's like 5 million ore for 12 million food, so it gives you more than double. So yeah, I do every single cargo ship trade out there. And gear is also another important aspect of a trap. So you can see what I did when I made my trap is I made a list of what pieces of gear I wanted to use. I chose the Saber Fang, the Mecha Trojan, Blackwing boots, Bon Appetit main hand, Eternal Codex, and then some other stuff. And you can change this. Let's just say you get lucky with the Blight Ring like I did. I wasn't planning to have a Blight Ring at first, but I got pretty lucky. And I can almost get it to purple. So I amended my list and I added the Blight Ring in there instead of another Burning Scroll. So yeah, as you get lucky, you can change your thing up, but just have a list that these are the pieces of equipment that you're trying to get, and just be prepared to maybe, if you spend, drop a $5 on this pack here and there. If not, the Material Madness is a good one, in my opinion. Some people disagree, but in my opinion, it's a good pack, worth the $20 if you have the money to spare. Next, okay, you need to know what your trap can handle. And what I mean by this is, start off trapping people. Trap a low person first. See how you fare against them, their report. So like, I'll show you my very first report. This was when I was 18 mil might. I took a hit from a T4 player. So yeah, I took this hit when I was 18 mil might with only 2.3 mil troops, just testing my trap. And I didn't lose any troops, but I didn't kill their whole thing. So I knew I needed to work on my account if I wanted to trap T4 players. So I've slowly been just taking hits from bigger players recently, just to try and gauge what I can handle and what I can't, so that like if I see a big guy with full champ or something like that, I can shield, because I know I can't handle him right now. And yeah, just be able to know what you can handle and what you can't, so you don't like make a wrong move trying to trap this guy and he ends up burning you and you lose a bunch of troops. And so another tip is always time your trainings with hell events. Unless you're like very like impatient like I am sometimes, this can help you a lot. Researches also. This isn't a training one, so it's not going to do as good of a representation, but basically it gives you a few boxes which can go to upgrading your gear, some gems back, and a few speed ups. This won't cover the cost to finish the hell event, but if you're becoming a trap, you're going to speed these troops anyways, so might as well get some stuff back. And the number one thing that you have to do as a trap is you have to be able to stay shielded every day. So if you can't afford the 1k gems every day or the 3,500 every 3 days, just don't bother trying to become a trap, because it would be horrible for you to train all these troops and then you're not able to shield and you just get zeroed. So you have to be able to shield 24/7. There's lots of ways you can get gems, whether it's through guild gifts, the Coliseum, hitting monsters, stuff like that. This thing even gives gems sometimes. And yeah, so those are my 10 tips that I recommend you guys doing if you're trying to build up a trap account. And if you have any other suggestions or questions, just leave them in the comments. And thank you guys.